What's up guys, BARRYGAMING here, back with some more, well, a brand new game similar to what we used to play on this channel, AFK Arena, but this one is AFK Journey. No, it's not a sequel or anything like that to the original game. It is a brand new casual open world RPG for you guys to explore in, find hidden treasure, do battles, and it's actually a lot of fun, and you might even know a lot of the characters from AFK Arena, which is really cool. A lot of your knowledge can transfer over from one game to another. However, it is a completely different format, and that's what we are going to show off here today with our first impressions of the game. I've been playing it for about a week, I'm kind of getting addicted to it. Let's jump right into it. So here we are in Asperia. You guys can see here that very similar to a lot of idle RPGs, there is kind of like a quest system where you have different chapters of content you go through chapter 0, which is the prologue, into chapter 1, tons of different areas, and into chapter 2 eventually as well. Like I said, I've been playing for about a week and I am absolutely addicted. I have yet to hit a wall that a free-to-player can even like stop at. So a full week of gameplay, doing your dailies, all that fun stuff, tons of things to get yourself done with. And as you guys can see, you can even zoom in on these different areas and you can actually look at the map no matter where you are. If you missed any treasures, they will pop up on the map. And the nice thing is there's all these teleportation kind of stones that let you just teleport wherever you need to be. So you don't have to worry about spending your time like an open world where you have to like run everywhere. You can simply teleport to a location and then go to explore some fun stuff. There's even things like this right here. That's a dark crypt. There's monsters in here. You guys can see in the monster, you can kind of drag around. You can see there's different bosses. There's a bunch of loot that I've already claimed, fun stuff like that. And you can quick exit right back to the open world. There's actually even these really cool stones as well. I'm hoping this one doesn't have anything too bad on it right here. And as you guys can see, yeah, people can post messages and it is pretty cool. I'm going to keep my face off for a lot of this video right here, because I want to show you a couple things and then I'll pop myself back on here. You'll notice we're on widescreen. That means you can play it on PC. Yes, it's going to have a PC client and there's ways to make it full screen like this landscape as well. Let's go over the basics so you guys know, is this a game I even want to do? Starting off, AFK rewards. Just like all the idle gachas that we love, you have a couple instant free ones. This gives you resources, XP, gear, all that fun stuff. And then there's also an AFK challenge. This is what increases your rewards here on screen. You can see there's a lot of orange exclamation marks and we're going to go over them one by one. One of them here is map progression. You'll notice exploration of maps actually give you a ton of different rewards from items. And now this is something that's really interesting. You'll notice these gear options are like bows. They have a certain icon for each class. There's also additional rewards up the top bar here. Big summons, all these fun things. These are very important to go through and grab because what I'm going to show you guys is something really, really cool. You also can get a ton of diamonds that you can use to do more summons and all that funness. What else did we miss? Did we miss anything? The 100, oh, the extra 5,000 right there. Almost missed it. So the one cool thing I want to talk about is the heroes. It is a typical what you're used to in a lot of these games where you level a 5-hero team together and then anybody else is just automatically a residence hero. They're going to gain the same stats. Now, equipment is something that's really cool. Equipment is used per class, not per hero. So you'll notice here that we have a lot of this gear here and we're just able to equip it all. This is really, really big. There's even forging and stuff like that. We'll go into that in a later video, but it's really cool because it shows you what heroes you have up the top and who is using that gear. I actually have no mages. I have like almost every support hero in the game, which is crazy. So that's one thing I really enjoy is the equipment. Now the heroes, you'll notice there are some heroes like Rowan that you're used to seeing. Their skills are very similar as well. Moves to a certain distance and continuously gives energy to heroes around him, throws potions for healing. all this fun stuff that you're used to seeing. Yeah, you're gonna notice a lot of these things are very, very similar. You can even come up here and you can actually take a look at all the heroes in the game if you want to take a look and see who's actually in here. I mean, there's some fan favorites already. I mean, heck, there's even Brutus. He's awesome. He does the same thing. He can go immune. He can do spinny boy stuff, all that funness, and they're going to be adding heroes as times go on. You can even look at enemies and things like that in your collection as well. There's also artifacts, which are pretty much like when you get into combat, which we're going to show you right after this. You're going to see your hero that you create yourself, you can customize, has an ability essentially. And pretty much what you can do is give him like an artifact essentially. What is the actual term on it? This one's the summer harp, of course. Artifacts, yeah, these are artifacts that's going to help your team in combat. So my character will actually heal, which I'll show you. Now the cool thing is you can actually customize your hero up here. You can set up your default squad. You can do a bunch of things here, which is really interesting. You can literally block it all out if you want a really cool screenshot. Yeah, all that funness is here for you, and you can even change how you look, your clothing, your face, your actual appearance, all those things you can change however you want. We don't want to save that. I like my character as is. So let's show you guys a combat real quickly here. Now, we are kind of at a point where I haven't done my dailies today, so I don't know if I'm going to get stuck here. The nice thing is if you click on something on the map, it'll automatically teleport you and run you to your next objective. And you'll see here, these are kind of like the bosses right here. What I'm actually going to go and do instead is the AFK challenge so that we can upgrade our hourly resources here, because we need magic books, we need wondrous powder, and we need gold. So let's get into battle. And first off, you'll notice this is very different from the games you're used to. Each environment is different. Sometimes there's these walls that separate the battlefield. It is a hex battlefield, so if for some reason, if you put like two heroes right here, a melee cannot get past them. So there is some strategy on location of heroes, and of course the hero compositions of your team. You'll notice your heroes back here, and you can pick your artifact in which it does its thing. And there's a couple things you can do. You can do manual active abilities if you want to, or you can run it fully automated. There's also the 2x speed completely free. You don't have to spend anything. You don't have to get any packages, anything like that. And you'll notice here, this is kind of the combat you're kind of used to. However, there are pathing and things like that involved. There's also sometimes some special things on the battlefield, like explosive barrels that you can click and trigger. There's like flamethrowers, there's spiked rolling strips. There's a lot of different things that can happen. And you guys can see here, once we defeat this guy on the right side, pathing might become an issue. Because of this wall right here, it kind of blocks you off from getting over. However, there's one hex up here, meaning one hero can run around the corner. So it's kind of like a puzzle that is kind of like you have to solve it. And yeah, when you have like your support heroes blocking an entire side off, you need an opening for them to slip through, and then once they can, all the heroes can surround the remaining enemies. So that's what combat's like, and it's honestly very addicting. Even just changing one hex where your hero is located is a huge difference. I love the victory screen as well. It's really, really awesome. So let's talk about some things you guys are probably wondering immediately. There are guilds. I've been joining them and doing a couple things here and there. They're not mandatory, but they are very worthwhile to join. And you'll notice there's a lot of things here that you can do every single day. Your AFK challenge, you have arena. So this right here is your normal like 5v5 arena. You get some extra resources every single day. If we come down further over here, there's the Arcane Labyrinth, which we'll do a whole video on this as well. Essentially, this is like a Bizzle where you're going through, you're claiming out rewards, you're getting bonuses, and then you have a shop that you can buy things in as well. So that is a really cool game mode. There are other game modes that I have yet to unlock. Dream Realm, Legend Trial, those will be coming in the future, you can see here. But you have to get past a certain challenge. So things are locked behind this challenge number right here. The higher the challenge you can clear here, the more game modes you get to unlock, and I can't wait to see what those have in store. There is, of course, daily quest systems, there's weekly quest systems, there's a bunch of different ways to get some AFK rewards. There's even some noble pass. Some of these things might look familiar to you as well from other games, and it gives you some additional resources. Of course, grinding up Diamonds is going to be the big thing. There are special events here. I've kind of locked this one in place so that we can see the first week. I've been past the first week, but I want to show you. They literally give you one of the legend heroes just completely for free, just for getting the first 7 days done. He's a pretty solid rogue hero. He's definitely worth using from what I've seen. You do have daily mail as well. You can read it, grab some special rewards. We are on the beta server, so we get some additional resources to help us progress a little bit. Friends list, you guys know the usual type stuff. A lot of these things you just need to click to get your dailies done. Oh, I actually just realized I have gift progression up here too, which is pretty cool. And mail, wait. Oh, that's just the guild removal. Yeah, because I've been a little inactive. Your quest system again. You get your weekly quests here. You get your daily quests here. Collect all these out and get some additional things going. You know, you're used to a lot of these things. Anytime that has you see an orange exclamation mark, you gotta go to it. So again, we're gonna keep this one a little brief. It's not gonna be as long as some of our other videos will be. I do want to show you one more thing, and that is the mystical house. So the mystical house you can actually see on the map. It moves with you as time goes on. Let's actually move over to it so you can actually see what our mystical house looks like here. I don't know why that would be the closest path it takes. That's a little weird. So we're going to teleport over here, and then we're going to run on over. And you can see this is essentially your base of operations. It moves through the chapters as you do. And when you go inside, it's pretty cool. It has an emporium, which is essentially a store where you can buy, you know, discounted resources. You can get hero essences in exchange for gold. There's the arena store where you can buy stuff. There's the labyrinth store. There's an adventure store as well. There's like a game mode here, which is pretty cool. It's like a dice game, gets you some additional resources, which is interesting. And then based on how many recruits you do get these lyric echoes here that give you some stuff. And I know, there's one thing you guys want to see. It's going to be the summons. We'll get to that. As you do upgrade and recruit and do some things, you'll get more points in the Mystic collection that give you additional things like more AFK rewards, things like that. It just works passively. You have the mail and you have the last Twilight. The Twilight is essentially like the story mode, kind of like an accomplishment thing. As you unlock more chapters and pieces, you'll get more pieces and it'll unlock some bonuses. Now, we are going to finish on what I think is probably one of the most entertaining summon animations in the game. Not only do they have the hero wish list, there are 2 different summoning banners right now, the all hero recruitment and the epic recruitment. So the epic one here, actually there is no wish list for it. You're basically just, you know, going for these heroes down here. We do have 5 of these. I'll show them to you in a minute. I want to show you guys the full animation first. Now you guys can see, you can it says we need 7 more letters because we have 3 of them, so we can do that. We can redeem cash in our diamonds. And now I'm going to show you guys what I think is probably the coolest animation out there. I'm going to hide my face. Let's go. I probably should put the audio on too, but I love this animation. Of course, the purple ones are like the pretty solid heroes in the game. The green and the blue are just pretty much, they're there for tokens and such. So really, really awesome. I will say play with audio on. Most of the videos you guys are going to see in the future here from us, you're going to hear the background audio and everything. I just decided not to use it on this one to not be distracting, but the audio in the game is absolutely amazing. And you'll notice we did get some upgrades here, including duplicate copies. We already had Lucius, so the extra copies are going to send him from Elite to Elite Plus. Again, this is another type of system that you guys are used to from other games. It just helps power up the hero a little bit further. And of course, at the end of the day, the big power up in the early game is keeping your team leveled together. You kind of want to try to keep everybody's level the same, if possible. This will upgrade your skills as well. And as you guys can see, we were at one of those check marks that we needed some additional resources. Now today we log on, we have no issue leveling them up. And it seems pretty straightforward and easy, right? There is something you're going to want to talk about. I'm going to talk about team building strategy here very soon, because you don't want to go too heavy on a melee oriented team because of the hex system. It can be very, very annoying. We're going to swap out, man, there's just like, the issue is right here. Like, I want to swap out the main hero here and here. so that now I can just go through and I can put all my points into this. You can only go 10 levels above your lowest hero. So you'll notice once we get to this right here, it says I can't go any further. That's because I now have to take the time and I have to level up other heroes to get to that same point. So very, very cool strategy. I love this world here, everything about it. We're going to keep progressing, and you guys are going to see a lot of videos over the next couple weeks. This is still in beta, so be prepared, get hyped, do some research. There's some tier lists out there that we might even put out here soon as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one, and hopefully you guys enjoy AFK Journey as well. As soon as it launches, it's not out just yet. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. See you guys next time.